Welcome, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon. So excited that you decided to drop by because today I'm going to take you on a journey to total domination when it comes to Capital Gold and Raid weekends. Check out those achievements. We are on our way, and it's all because of, well, okay, there's a few different reasons, but I love showing you guys the Raid weekend footage. So let's check it out. As you can see, Galadon in the clan, use code Galadon, is completely taking over. And hey, you know what? Speaking of taking over, today's episode is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends has taken over and gaming will never be the same again. Raid's the first game to bring a true console level experience to your phone. They've set the bar high and there's no going back. Explore millions of champion combinations and master countless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. With hundreds of artifacts to equip and over 600 champions blessed with unique skills, you can build your team, develop your champions, and raid your way. My top 3 reasons to play Raid Shadow Legends. How about the endless content? Faction wars, constant tournaments, special events, dungeon crawling campaigns, and so much more. Number 2, the actual player versus player content. That's right, get in the arena and dominate with your special lineup of champions. And speaking of champions, that's number 3, summon them, upgrade them, and customize them and their artifacts, skills, and masteries. And this month, Raid just released a giant new feature, Awakening, and a brutal new dungeon, the Iron Twins Fortress. If you're good enough to take down the Iron Twins, you get a huge payoff, the ability to awaken your champions, which lets you choose a powerful blessing that can transform how they perform in battle. The blessings look amazing and there are so many of them, it's crazy. But wait, the big news is that Raid just released a super powered legendary version of everybody's favorite champion. That's right, you can get Ultimate Death Knight for free just by logging in and playing Raid for 7 days between now and October 27th. There's never been a better time to get started, but there's more because you can use the DK Rises promo code for a bunch of free items to instantly level your new strongest champion all the way to level 50. Click the link in the description or scan my QR code here and you'll get unique bonuses worth $30, 200,000 silver, an energy refill, an XP boost, an ancient shard, and the epic champion Tayrel. And all of this treasure is waiting for you right here. And thank you again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. And now quickly we are logging back into Clash of Clans because part of the reason I dominated in Capital Gold was because I was quick. And maybe I cheated just a little bit, okay? Just a little, I don't know if you would, okay. Some would call it cheating. Some would call it sandbagging. Some would call it cherry picking. I created an entire new account just to help out in the clan for my specific attacks. So I created a dummy account that was going to have terrible attacks that would just set up my attacks personally. And this is not hurting the clan because we weren't full anyway. That's right, we weren't even full, so we could afford to have a brand new Town Hall 6 show up and attack terribly, like worse than anybody would. But they cleared out the trash buildings and even did some damage to some of the defenses. You'll see that a little bit later in today's episode as we whittle down the really high hit point defenses and buildings, sometimes even the Capital Hall, so that Galadon could come in and cherry pick the highest Capital Gold value buildings. Notice I bring almost purely archers. That's because the prior attacks have opened up the walls. I brought way too many battle rams with the earlier attacks. And yes, pretty much every single attack I did on Galadon had one of my other accounts attacking before it and after it if I left the base at past, I'd say, 75% damage. I don't want to make another clan member clean up the mess I made. I think that is in poor taste for anybody to do in any clan. The worst thing you can do is drop a 98, 99% as your last attack and leave somebody else to have to clean up by hitting one stinking building. So again, that's why I have multiple accounts that are doing this. And yes, you'll see that sneaky archers are still the way to go. If you are not using them primarily or your clanmates are not, maybe take a second closer look at your strategies in the capital raids, because until they do another balancing, there's no way to destroy more defenses per troop housing space than sneaky archers, unless there's an imbalance of ground versus air defenses then you might want to bring in the air troops. Certain default bases do set up that way as well. Watch out for those. And also, what do you guys think about me making an episode that talks about the best and the worst districts to attack to gain capital gold? It was just a thought because I was looking at the differences between the districts that everybody has unlocked, or at least the game has unlocked for everybody so far. And why not make a ranking? Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. As we finish up this raid, again, you'll notice that the Capital Hall itself isn't always necessarily the best gold price to go after. There are other defenses that are going to take much less effort, but as you'll see in just a minute, there is another way around that. And of course, that is when there's 77 million hit points, or at least it seems like it, in the clan Capital Hall. Why not have one of your fellow clanmates take out 75 million or so of those hit points? In the meantime, moving on to my fourth raid of the weekend. And again, we're switching accounts as fast as we can because you never know when a rogue clan member is going to jump in and steal that attack that I'm hoping to get in. Right here, it was going after a 40% destroyed golem quarry. And again, I had attacked with another account first, so you'll see that it's kind of set up. The rage spells, and of course, yes, tons of battle rams were brought in the previous attack, so I only needed to bring 2 myself this time. And yes, that blast bow was about 90% destroyed. 425 capital gold for almost no effort. That's the other thing. Wouldn't it be cool if there were an easy listing, a breakdown of the values of all of these defenses? You know, I'd love to do that, but I'm thinking maybe there's a website out there that's a better resource. Let me know if you have one down in the comments. I would be happy to show that in a future episode as well, because although the levels do make a difference, there obviously is going to be a value breakdown of each and every one of these defenses, pretty much led by the district halls, the clan capital building, and those stinking blast bows. You got to get those out of there for 2 reasons. 1, they're valuable, but 2, they destroy entire groups of troops from a great distance, and that's really going to make things hurt for you if you're trying to get max value. So here we have another raid that no, is not going to end in a 3-star. We just barely get a couple of key defenses down. Maybe we should have brought another battle ram to get around this box right here, but you'll notice again, we can get around it. We don't have to go through it, and that works out pretty well. Although now the troops have run past the rage spell, so that's not going to help out much for the rest of the raid either. And I don't know why I'm talking like this so excitedly, unless it was maybe the Raid Shadow Legends integration earlier that just got me way too pumped up. So I'll try to calm down as we drop our last archers for this raid, our 4th of 6. Yes, of course, always making sure you get that bonus 3-star. We got that in earlier, so we're good. 4,625 capital gold, more good numbers, although these are not my best raids ever. If you guys recall, I had a weekend where I had over 6,000 capital gold in one raid. Let's move on to raid number 5, and yes, this is the previous attack, the setup by Galadon Cap Point 5. Yes, I have started to name my accounts Cap Point X to just try to keep track of all of them. So here we go. Galadon rolling in. I do not need the 3-star bonus, but do you see the Capital Hall? Yeah, that's right. It was about 98% destroyed. That's a nice little bonus. Don't ever expect a clanmate to do that for you intentionally, but you know, it worked out. And now this is one of my favorite raids that I've done in a long time, because if you noticed over on the far right hand side of the screen, there's a group of defenses over there, and I was pretty sure we weren't going to get through those at the very end. And that's again why I earlier this raid weekend grabbed the 3-star bonus and wasn't worrying about getting it right here, because I figured there's just too many defenses left. This raid does go better than I expected, and right at the end, it's a crazy clutch. I keep on looking over there. I'm like, okay, how many sets of sneaky archers do I have left? 6? Okay, how many defenses are there? There's like 9 defenses and only 6 sets of sneaky archers. It wasn't looking good. They're closing in from those trash buildings in behind. And then right here, most everything is air targeting. That works out really well. With the final 3 groups of sneaky archers on the right-hand side, we drop 2 at the same time, and watch the clutch archer at the top of the screen as the cannon fires. It misses 1 archer right there. She's still alive, and it's because of that archer that we grabbed the 3-star. She avoided that cannonball. The other archers get the 3-star. 5,685 capital gold, and we dominate once again. And once again, Galafam, you made it all the way to the end. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Now get out there, do the things I always say to do, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. I'm too worn out. I'm done.
Galadon, don't worry. A man of your age often has problems with stamina.